But even then, you don't look at it like this shit. And even with that money, I never had gotten arrested, a couple fist fights, stuff like that. But then came senior year in high school. And that's when I started running with these fucking gorillas. And we stole everything that wasn't locked down. I'm not proud to say these stories. I mean, from refunds, we go to Sears and take out 2 stereos and bring them back and get the cash back. You know, if they mailed you a check, you're like, fuck, we gotta go shoplift some more. Because a lot of places, the fucking Toys R Us, oh, I used to destroy Toys R Us. They give you that fucking Jeffrey money, that's just as good as cash on the streets. I get 50% of the dollar of that shit. You guys gotta fucking think, man. And it's funny because I never got arrested, no police contact. And it was the Redskins played the Raiders in '83. I think the Redskins won or something, or the Raiders won. It doesn't fucking matter, I don't remember. But I won. Like I think I had the over or something, and that Sunday night the guy paid me the money, so the next day it was January, it's fucking freezing in New York. Fucking freezing. And I decided to go over there and get some chocolate Thai weed, fucking real good Jamaican weed. Fucking that shit would grow out of your head like Bob Marley, and you had to go to like 178. There was a couple spots. I go to 150 something that day. It's 3 in the afternoon. I go into the health food stores, they call them. You walk in, they got 3 sodas and like an old newspaper. That's it. And they got a bulletproof glass. And you tell the guy, what do you want? And he gives you like a 20 and I told him a quarter. He gives me a chocolate Thai weed. It's freezing out. So I go, do you mind if I roll a joint? He goes, nah, go right ahead. So I roll a joint in the corner. It's fucking freezing out there. So I walk out into St. Nick, and I'm walking, and I go into a corner. You know how you can't light a joint in the wind? I go like this, guys. And as I go to light it, I get a gun put to my head, right? And he's like, don't move. Put the joint down. We've been watching you. And within that, a bunch of cop cars start coming out. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I didn't do nothing. I was just smoking a joint. And the guy's like, put your hands behind your head. And they're like, there's a school up the corner. And somebody's been selling loose joints to the kids. If you got more than like $3 on you, we're gonna light you on fucking fire. But in singles. And they went in my pocket and I had $800 in $100 bills. And I go, dog, I didn't sell no drugs. I live in Jersey. And then it was a fucking mailman. He was an undercover cop dressed as a fucking mailman. You know how stupid I fucking felt? I'm turning around, he's got his little mail carrier bag with the mace and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was a gentleman, and at the time, I never carried ID, but this was like a special van at the time that they had like a machine, and you put your finger in, and he asked me what my name was. I told him, your address. I told him, he goes, come over, put your finger in this. I want to get a real identity. This is a fucking 30 years ago. And within like 20 minutes, I had to wait there handcuffed, and a thing came up, and he goes, you didn't lie to me. He goes, you have the amount of weed you have, I could arrest you. But he goes, you have under 7 grams here. And I go, and he took the weed and he threw it. And he rolled it back up and he put it in my pocket. He goes, I'm gonna give you a ticket for the weed, answer the ticket, and fuck it, that's it. You'll never have problems again. I went and I got 6 months probation in New York City. And then like a week later, I have a job with a friend of mine and I find a checkbook. Seriously. He had like a construction job, and we go and we find the checkbook, and this idiot had a younger brother, and I go, I don't know what to do with this checkbook, and he goes, give it to my brother, and he'll give you some money back. Fucking 2 days later, I got the cops looking for me and shit. And those were my only 2 arrests, really. I mean, I never got in trouble, you know, and I went down, I don't know what my fucking bail was. They let me out, and I wanted to still steal, but I wasn't sure. I really wanted to get my life together. So I moved to Colorado.